The following program is for adult audiences only.
Hey, this is Alonzo Bowden, and you are listening to Who's Talking Shh with Johnny and Anthony.
Who's Talking Shh with Johnny and Anthony.
And we're back.
Coming at you live at 5. It's the shit show. All right.
We're coming to you great at 8.
Oh, there you
go.
Early. None of you fuckers watch this show at 8 a.m. You better get out of here. I don't watch this show at 8 a.m.
Funny, we always have one view right away.
Yeah, right.
Of course, that's me on Sundays.
That's just like, yeah, I've watched our videos first, every video. I'm a super fan. I'm fucking I'm the first guy.
Well, because usually by that time I don't have a name for it yet. So then I go through and listen to make sure that it's good, and also to find a fucking name for the show.
To make sure it's good. He still puts it up if it isn't good. Don't worry.
It's not good ever, but...
We don't do a thing called, like, redacting here. We just kind of just do whatever. We just say whatever,
Yes,
man.
there are no edits in this.
Yeah, I don't give a shit, man. That's why, fuck around, we'll lose audio. You don't know, man. It's kind of like, artisanal?
Yeah, there you go.
Artisanal?
Sure.
Yeah. That's another word for fucked up, but you kind of got to pay more money. It's fine. Artisanal, whatever.
I mean, you guys don't pay any money. So.
Artisanal, like we did it without gloves on and shit. Artisanal. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Yep. And half the time, I haven't even done the fucking editing. I did it Monday night last week.
Yeah, right? Like, fucking...
the fucking YouTube page and shit.
Again, unedited. By editing, he means like fucking putting the song on the front.
Well, that's me putting the tags and all that shit on YouTube.
Yeah, tag me. Yeah. Tag me. Tag my PayPal. Do we have a PayPal?
Yeah, right. We have Patreon.
Patreon. It will be connected to a PayPal as soon as somebody puts a fucking dollar in. Right. I ain't even got a reason to put it in a PayPal.
For sure.
That's it. How the fuck am I supposed to sell my information to the Russians through PayPal if you fuckers don't give me any incentive?
So, I ordered a birthday present for my friend's kid and to my house. And so when it came, I said, it got here. And said, we need to wrap it. And I said, well, I think my dad has some paper. We'll look and see. And I said, it has to be Christmas paper. And I said, well, if it's birthday, if it says happy birthday, I'll just write Jesus after it. What? So that'll make it Christmas paper.
But it's a birthday present?
No, it's a Christmas present.
Why is the fucking guy be
Yeah, so I was like, I'll just write Jesus after it, and it'll be Christmas paper.
Okay, there you go, dude. I'll write a big
birthday, Jesus.
I'll draw a big upside down cross on the bitch. Here we go. It'll be all right.
Yeah. So I'm like, yeah.
Be hilarious, dude.
That works.
Like, oh, fuck, man. Sorry, I wrapped it upside down. I didn't mean to.
All right. We are going to jump right in. Plane forced to return to JFK Airport after horse on board gets loose.
What the fuck? Are you allowed to fly horses?
I mean, you can if it's a cargo plane.
That's cool, dude. I wonder if the horse is getting fucking economy plus, dude. Delta sucks. So I'm just saying, I would rather sit on a cargo
Does it get
plane.
Miles?
Dude, I'd rather sit on a cargo plane than in a Delta seat, dude. You ever fuck that? This is a fucking Southwest. That's just a Greyhound. That's.
Do they bring him sugar cubes?
I mean, it literally. If they're gonna turn the plane around and not just beat the shit out of the horse and then tase him, then it's better than Southwest. I'll tell you that.
Right?
It's better than Southwest.
This is a 747 cargo plane heading to Belgium from New York was forced to return to John F. Kennedy International Airport after a horse escaped from its stall, according to the air traffic control audio. According to the audio clip, which was obtained by You Can See ATC via Live ATC, the horse got loose within 30 minutes of takeoff. The Boeing 747 was barely at 31,000 feet when a pilot told air traffic control that a horse had escaped from its stall and that they needed to return to JFK on Thursday, according to Flight Radar 24.
How many fucking horses did they have? A horse?
I don't know.
We're flying 32 horses. What the fuck are you talking about?
This is in the air traffic control audio. A pilot is heard saying, "We are a cargo plane with a live animal, a horse, on board. The horse managed to escape its stall. There's no issue with flying, but we need to go back to New York as we can't re-secure the horse." It's like, why can't you re-secure the horse?
Man, somebody missed knot.
How hard does it have to
They're
fucking...
like, man, we tied the first knot, dude. We're not trying again. That fucker got out. We're not trying again.
Says the flight was forced to make a U-turn off the coast of Boston and dump 20 tons of fuel over the Atlantic.
Fuck you.
10 miles west of Martha's Vineyard due to the flight's weight, according to the audio.
Oh, my God.
Amid the fuel dump, the pilot requested a veterinarian to be present at JFK when the plane arrived. Once landed, when ATC asked if the flight required assistance, on the ground, negative. On the ramp, yes, we have a horse in problem. It remains unclear how the horse managed to escape, but it remained unrestrained until the plane landed at JFK, according to the audio. The flight was able to take off a short time later and successfully arrived at Liege Airport on Friday morning, according to Flight Radar 24. Air Atlanta Icelandic, the charter airline operating the flight, did not immediately respond to ABC News' request for comment.
Well, ABC News needs to fucking figure out who's getting sued for dumping 10,000 gallons of goddamn fuel in the fucking
20
ocean.
tons, dude.
20 tons of fucking fuel? That's insane.
That's crazy.
How is somebody not paying for that? Man.
Somebody's paying for it, but...
I just like, that's nuts. How is nobody in trouble for that shit? That's bananas, dude. You can't just fucking dump a bunch of petroleum products in the goddamn ocean.
We put worse in the ocean every fucking day.
I'll
Yeah.
tell you what, dude. Something's got to be done.
For sure. That's
Can't even
fucking
grow
ridiculous.
tomatoes in Florida anymore, guys. What the fuck is going on? It's too hot now.
Yeah. So, here's a fun story.
Ooh.
Yeah, it has a little picture that's gonna go with it too once I get done reading it. Magical Roman wind chime with winged phallus meant to ward off the evil eye discovered in Serbia.
Big old flying dick.
Yep, absolutely.
Dude, I'll tell you what, bro. If there's a big flying dick like God or something, dude, it might spark a little fear. Nobody's afraid of an old man with a white beard. They're afraid of a big flying penis.
For real, yeah. Says archaeologists excavating the ancient Roman city of Viminacium in present-day Serbia recently came across an incredible object, a wind chime called a tintinabulum that featured a large winged phallus. During the excavation of one of the main city sites, the gate of one of the buildings was discovered. It was established that the building was destroyed by fire, during which the porch collapsed and fell to the ground, and an object known in scientific circles as a tintinabulum was discovered in the layer of rubble. Elijah Dankovic, an archaeologist at the Institute of Archaeology in Belgrade, told Serbian language websites, I'm not even going to pronounce it. Archaeologists are keeping the wind chime made of bronze mostly submerged in the dirt for now so that they don't damage it. But though its exact formation is partially obscured, they can roughly tell what it looks like. The central part of the composition was the so-called fascinum, a magical being with a body in the form of a winged phallus on legs, with its own phallus and a tail in the form of a phallus. The archaeologists told that website 4 bells were hung on the fascinum. Says, though phallic imagery is considered erotic, rude, or humorous today, ancient Romans had different ideas about phalluses. They believed it was a powerful object, and phallic amulets were often worn by young children and soldiers for protection from harm. A phallus was a bringer of good fortune and happiness, and an efficient weapon to combat the evil eye.
Fuck.
Dankovic said, according to Live Science. For this reason, phalluses can be seen everywhere in the Roman world, from wine cups to the amulets worn by children.
Boy.
In the ancient Roman city of Viminacium, the owner of the phallic tintinabulum would have embraced this interpretation and hung the wind chime for good luck and protection. As the archaeologists told that website, Romans believed that adding wings to phallic objects made them more efficient at warding off evil. It was for this reason that the owner of the building in Viminacium hung the tintinabulum in front of his gate, the archaeologist explained. He believed that this object had powerful magical properties that could help him. The fact that the homeowner hung the phallus also demonstrates how people living in Viminacium, though far flung from the center of power in Rome, shared Roman ideas. Dankovic additionally explained that the phallic tintinnabulum was likely made elsewhere and brought to Viminacium, which shows that social elites in the city had money to spend for such objects. I'd like to say I fucking pronounce all that shit pretty well.
Hey, not that bad. I mean, I think maybe this we're missing a little bit today. A little,
little flying dicks.
Yeah, well, a little phallic appreciation running around. I feel like we're depreciating the phallic appreciation culture. You know what I'm saying? I think maybe phalluses don't maybe only bring you, criminal charges and child supports, and maybe we incite a little appreciation month. Maybe, I don't know. Fuck, I mean, man, if we're taking away Thanksgiving, can't we just give back Dick Month or something? I don't know. Can we give back the Dick Chimes or something? I mean, I don't know. I don't fucking care about Thanksgiving. I'm just saying.
So here is a picture of. This isn't the one that they found, but it is very. It's the one they found someplace else. It is very fucking.
So.
It's a huge dick with a huge dick and a huge dick tail.
Hold on. So they call it a tintinnaboa?
Tintinnabulum.
Yeah, and they see that's stupid. They could have went with Dick Chime. They could have used Dick Chime. I didn't even come up with that until today. They could have used that the whole time. Man, what a wasted opportunity. Hey man, did you get a Dick Chime? Check out my Dick Chime. You get a Dick Chime.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. Yeah, I thought that was fucking hilarious. I saw the picture and I'm like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, oh my god. Okay.
We believe the phallic bringer of light. If anything looks like a demon. I mean, it's not. It's 3 penises. I want to know what the 4th bell was for too. Was the guy a dick?
Yeah, maybe.
You know what I mean? Like this is 1 dick, 2 dick, 3 dick bells, and then the guy that owns it's kind of a dick and 4th bell. You know what I mean?
Maybe. Maybe that's for the evil eye. To keep
all
it
right,
away.
man. Well, hey,
know.
petition the courts. We'll get a Dick Month going. It'll be nice. All those inventions got to be worth something, right?
Okay. Much to Anthony's dismay, we're going to go on with the next story. You'll see where I'm going with this as soon as it.
What's the story?
As soon as it goes. Alleged mad pooper spokesman says pooping in public is First Amendment issue.
Boy.
Yes, Anthony does not like potty humor.
I don't fucking go blue, all right? That just tells people that it's not funny, all right?
It's pretty fucking funny, dude.
If you're shitting in the street, we should decapitate you. How funny would that be? Nothing says don't shit in the street like a head on a stick.
Right? I bet nobody shits there again.
Fucking A.
Says, in case you missed it, a Colorado Springs neighborhood has been under attack from a woman dubbed the Mad Pooper. The woman, a jogger who has recently been identified as Shirley, has been terrorizing residents by stopping during her runs and literally pooping on their lawns, sometimes in front of their children. So far, authorities have been unable to catch her. Yesterday, however, a man came forward claiming to be Shirley's spokesperson and explained her behavior in a video, which has since been taken down. This is fucking ridiculous, just so you know ahead of time.
Madness.
He said that Shirley is sorry for desecrating people's lawns, but that she cannot be held accountable as she is suffering from a traumatic brain injury. He added that
she's gonna be suffering from a traumatic brain injury.
Shit in my yard, bitch.
Conk that bitch with a shovel.
Says he added that she has also had gender reassignment surgery and as a result is no longer able to control herself. It's like, so what do you mean by that?
The fuck are you
she
talking
can't control
about?
her bladder, or she just can't control her actions because she had gender reassignment surgery.
And I guess you gotta jog at home.
Fuck you saying? Yeah, you better get a fucking treadmill, bitch.
Yeah, I guess you gotta jog at home then, dog. I don't know.
So
a little wild.
In addition, he claimed that Shirley's actions are protected under the First Amendment, and therefore the government cannot control when and where she relieves herself.
What the fuck is the First Amendment?
Freedom of speech?
That doesn't have anything to do with...
It does not. He then compared her actions to breastfeeding...
They didn't change it then, it's...
He then compared her actions to breastfeeding in public. Criminal defense attorney Jeremy Lowe disagreed. Defecating in someone's yard is definitely not protected under the First Amendment and is actually a crime, he said, adding that Shirley could be facing indecent exposure charges, which could land her on the sex offender registry.
Look here, it's against the Geneva Convention. It doesn't matter if it's for the First Amendment.
Says, though the spokesman has not provided any proof that he actually represents the mad pooper, Lowe said that making the statement was a poor move on the pooper's part. This is actually the worst thing the family could do, he said. Maybe they thought the videos would make the situation go away, but they won't. People all over the world are talking about this, and people will catch her. The man in the video will also have to be called into court to testify.
Why wouldn't you just hit her in the head with a bat? What do you mean the cops can't catch her? Cops can't catch the criminals. You gotta bash her with a bat.
I can fucking catch her.
Yeah, I can catch her, dude. Do you know how fast my 40 is? Dude, I run a 40 in like 5'2". That bitch can't outrun me, especially with her pants around her
Yeah, I was
ankles.
gonna say, she's squatting. She ain't fucking running.
Don't worry. Hey, come get her off the road. There's this lady out here, and she doesn't have pants on. I don't know. Somebody hit her with a bat. Fuck.
Says the neighbors, who are already outraged by the pooper's actions, are now even more so after the statement was released. I breastfed all of my 4 children, and that's just ridiculous as far as I'm concerned, neighbor Shirley Thevenot said. There is no comparison between those. Breastfeeding is nourishing your child, and you're doing something to take care of someone. But
It's fucking hilarious.
But pooping in someone's lawn is only damaging, fellow resident Julie Teffeteller said. The videos have since been removed. However, the hype over the mad pooper hasn't died down. Toilet paper company Charmin has offered her a year's supply of toilet paper if she turns herself in, and the company Squatty Potty has been cashing in on her fame as a social media campaign.
Good night.
Good on you, Charmin and Squatty Potty.
I mean, I think it's fucking hilarious that this guy, like, sends a fucking shot across the bow of you breastfeeders. That's fucking hilarious. I mean, you know, I don't fuck with the breastfeeding, dude. Fuck off. I think the reason, I think it's pretty fucked up that because women are born women and they breastfeed, like, somehow that affects our custodial laws in the United States of America. It's so archaic, it's absolutely insane. I don't think you should legally be allowed to breastfeed. I don't give a fuck. Pump and dump that shit down the drain. We got scientists making top-of-the-line hooch in the back. We got it. It's expensive, but guess what? You got to buy it. If you can't afford it, you can't have a kid. You got to be rich. I don't know what to tell you. Poor people, no more having kids and breastfeeding them. Because not only that, but you're only breastfeeding them with poor people's milk. And that's no good. That's no good, guys. You know, dairy cows, we don't take the shittiest cows. Okay, we take the best cows and we use that milk because that's good milk, right? No, not we're taking the hobos. You can't. I don't think you should be allowed to do it. That's crazy. Like, I can't feed a fucking baby like fucking liquor or like, but you could just breastfeed him if you're a drunk. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. That's crazy, man. I don't think a lot of these ladies in America. I mean, we're falling, folks. We're falling in statistics. We're falling in every statistics, other than motherfuckers that are in jail. We got a lot of those guys. We got more than everybody else. My question is, why do you think that you, with your little human self, and you're fucking sitting at home, fucking eating McDonald's cheeseburgers, fucking literally, you get off the couch to take a piss, and then you come back. Like, what have you done to prove that your body is the nature's machine that's going to provide this perfect elixir that this fucking child needs? Like, you got a hunchback in a flipper. Like, it doesn't make any, like, why don't you go to the store? You shouldn't be able to, like, look at you. You should not be able to breastfeed. That should be illegal. What do you mean? I wouldn't eat anything comes out of you. That's so fucked up. That baby can't say no. Like, if he could say no, he'd be like, hey, take it easy, bitch. They got it in the can. They got it in the can. You know what I mean? Oh, fucking, come on. I'm not eating radioactive mercury fish if you got tuna in a can. It's safe. I'm just saying, the scientists, they already... it's really not safe to eat that shit. It's an analogy, and coming from a vegetarian, it's horrible, but you guys aren't going to get it unless I fucking, let you know. I just don't think everybody... You can't just, like, what do you mean? What do you mean? That's a pretty big right to be like, I get to make the food with my... this that I took. Like, All right, a lot of you guys peaked in high school. All right, you can't just be like, yeah, no, my body's gonna make the best food for my baby. Well, the scientist, he went to school. He's got a doctorate. He's fucking a smart guy. You ate Cheetos yesterday. Like, those are poisonous. What do you mean? You went through your whole life. You smoked cigarettes in your life. Like, what do you mean, you fucking bitch? Like, what are you talking about? That scientist, he does science. That's what he does. He'll tell you, this is the best shit. This is all I do. I make the best shit. She's like, well, you know, sometimes I be fucking smoking cigarettes, man. Sometimes I have a couple martinis. Hey, sometimes I eat top ramen. Whatever, dude. That shit's poisonous. Like, you're out of your mind. How do you I don't think you should be able to fucking... Is that child abuse? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't... At a certain point, when is the nutritional needs of the child considered unless they're starving? Like, you shouldn't be allowed to just feed kids like fucking Kraft mac and cheese. That's insane. And you should not be allowed to breastfeed if all you can afford to eat is Kraft mac and cheese. Get the fuck out of here. You should have to go to the store and buy the food that the fucking scientists make. That's good stuff. I mean, I get it. It's not great for the kid, you know. It's not awesome. But Blue Buffalo dog food isn't awesome either. But it's better than, like, letting your dog fucking run around and eat garbage. I mean, come on. I don't know. I don't buy it. I don't buy the whole... And then it's always got to be a fucking rights issue about, like, I want to breastfeed right here. I'm like, I'm not against you whipping your tits out, ladies. I'm against you looking like you and feeding that baby with what comes out of those tits. Come on, man. Come on, man. Good night. Good night. Fucking... McDonald's wrappers hanging out of your back pockets. Got a York peppermint patty in your front. Get the fuck out of here. All right.
Speaking of good things to drink, this episode brought to you by Uptime.
They didn't pay me anything.
Fuckers.
You should hashtag them. Hashtag them. Hashtag Keurig. And then they'll fucking, now they'll have to give me an email or something. I said some offensive shit. Maybe they'll have to be like, hey, cease and desist from marketing our products with your bullshit.
Yeah, right? All right. This, Anthony, do you go antiquing?
No, I cannot handle people selling stuff that should be thrown away for more money than new stuff cost. I don't fuck around with that.
You might change your tune after this story. Are you ready?
I'm ready to go.
A real human skull was just discovered in the Halloween section of a Florida antique store.
Son of a bitch.
I told you.
That's not... Well, I guess you're just as likely to find a bag full of cocaine. Fuck.
Says a shopper at a Florida antique store was browsing through the store's Halloween section, but didn't expect the scare of an actual human skull. The unnamed customer, which I thought was kind of more sad than finding a human skull, is like, you've went your whole life with no name.
Yeah.
How fucking sad is that,
that's
dude?
terrible. I mean, fucking no ID, you can't get a job.
Yeah, what the fuck? How do they afford money to go antiquing?
Into the antique shop and looking for Halloween decorations.
Says the unnamed customer was shopping at Paradise Vintage Market in Fort Myers when she noticed something odd about one of the items for sale. It just so happened that the customer was an anthropologist, and she pegged the item as being a real human skull. The Lee County Sheriff's Office was then called in to examine the skull and send it off for testing. It was found in a Halloween section, said LCSO Captain Anita Iriardi in an interview with Newsweek. What's been described is that the antique shop was having a fossil day, so this female, an anthropologist, was shopping and noticed the skull and then was like, this is definitely not a Halloween decoration.
What? Hey, stop tattletelling. Just fucking take that thing home. I tell
or leave
you,
it for somebody else.
It's fucking
asshole.
The state of America these days,
right?
dude. If you find a bag of money on the ground, stop giving it back to the fucking government. Just take it home.
If you don't want to take
or
it, just leave it.
Somebody will find it.
Yeah. And then we'll be an asshole like you.
Dad, what are you gonna solve a crime? That guy's already dead. He's a skull now. You didn't find a body.
Right.
You found a skull. Everybody's over it. Take it easy.
Says testing by the medical examiner confirmed the customer's suspicions. The skull has been sent off for further testing to see what else can be determined about it. What's preliminarily been decided is it's like an archaeological bone, Iriarty said. The skull is estimated to be about 75 years old. According to Beth Meyer, managing partner of the store, the skull came from a storage unit that was purchased in 2022. That's who you need to be talking to.
Where's the rest of them?
Says we spent several hours just trying to figure out what to do because several of the deputies were like, "This is new. We've never had this experience before," Myers said in an interview with WINK News. The medical examiner took the skull back to the office and they are going to do whatever they need to do to figure out what it is. However, authorities do not suspect foul play was involved. There's no noted trauma to the skull, Iriarty said. There's nothing that leads them to believe that this skull has been preserved by suspicious means of any sort. The anthropologist who discovered the skull reportedly told Meyer that she believed the skull was Native American, which means the skeletal remains will be restricted to own in most U.S. states. The anthropologist came into the store and gave a very informative and educational explanation as to why she thought it was Native American, Meyer said. The medical examiner came in, bagged and tagged the skull, and took it to the lab for testing. If it is Native American, it will be returned to one of the local tribes, and we will have a ceremony.
Hold on a second. So you can keep a native guy's head, but you can't keep a white dude's head? That's pretty
Damn it,
crazy.
George.
It seems a little racist, doesn't it?
No, it says you can't keep. I mean, I guess you can if nobody knows you have it.
Well, I thought they said like it would be restricted ownership in some states.
You couldn't own it privately.
Yeah, I don't think you can own a white guy's head ever. That's what I mean. And privately or not, I don't think like you certainly can't own a Chinese guy's head. I know that, dude. They get mad about that or something, right? Like I think if you could own anybody's head, certainly not a Chinese guy's head, they would be like, that comes back here.
That was made in China.
Yeah, we're taking that back. That's not domestic product. We're fucking
something. Okay, last story. Not a good one. 85-year-old Florida man arrested after trying to buy a child in a grocery store for $100,000.
How old was it?
I will get to that in a second. Like, that's kind of...
We gotta see if you overbid.
Who's fucking ballsy enough to just walk up and say, "Hey, can I buy your kid? I'll give you $100,000."
That's what I'm saying. I think you overbid. A kid that's worth $100,000. No, they're not gonna sell it to you. But a kid that's worth $25. I mean, you might be able to get. Hey, let me get that. Look at that shithead over there, fucking kicking the candy aisle over. $30,000. Lowball him. See what happens. What if they shoot you at 55? He just said $100,000 off the jump.
I guess
that's crazy. I feel like there's got to be a little bit of. You got to barter. You know, I want to dicker with this guy. I mean,
well,
is that a crime? Can you offer to buy you can't offer to buy a kid?
We'll get to the charges in a bit. I thought it was kind of odd.
You obviously didn't sell it.
Yeah.
Right?
Says police in Port Orange, Florida, arrested an 85-year-old man on August 16th, 2022, after he attempted to buy an 8-year-old girl in a local Winn-Dixie.
See, you know why I thought it was all right? Because I thought it was a dude kid. It's not. It's a girl kid.
Yeah.
You can't buy a little girl. Come on. We'll sell you a boy to plow the field all day long, but you're not buying a little girl. Not in this country. No, sir.
As reported by the Washington Examiner, Helmuth Kolb approached the girl's mother, Lauren Benning, and began asking her questions about her daughter. At first, Benning said she just assumed Kolb was lonely. He just came up and he started making comments about how pretty she was and how good her dancing was and how he could never have children and he wanted children, she said.
You get the fuck out of here, creep.
He wanted children, but not in that way. Her opinion changed, however, when Kolb chased her down in the parking lot and allegedly told her, "Hey, I want to make a deal with you. I'd like to buy her for $100,000. Benning said his effort left her in complete shock. When bystanders intervened, Kolb repeatedly laughed at them. Police arrived and found Kolb sitting on a bench outside the grocery store. When they questioned Kolb about why he tried to purchase the child, he allegedly responded, "We all like kids."
No, we don't.
Due to the parents' clear
This is wee shit. You got a fucking mouse in your pocket, man? What are you talking about?
Due to the parents' clear concern that someone was insistent on attempting to purchase their daughter in a grocery store, we were notified, the Port Orange Police Department wrote in a Facebook post. Unfortunately, And fortunately for him, we were able to confirm through his probation officer that Mr. Kolb is currently on probation for similar issues, and he is not to have any contact with minor children.
Oi!
Mr. Kolb should have simply stuck to just grocery shopping. Kolb, unbeknownst to Benning at the time, was already a registered sex offender and on probation for a similar charge from 2018 when he attempted to purchase a different child. Per Newsweek, the 2018 incident involved Kolb grabbing a young girl at Walmart, kissing her wrist, and offering to buy her for $200,000. At the time, Kolb had reportedly observed the girl and her mom sitting on a bench and began bidding on the child. The mother declined and tried to leave with her daughter, which is when Kolb then grabbed the girl's arm. He was sentenced to 5 years of probation for battery and false imprisonment.
Maybe take it easy with those charges.
Who did he batter and who did he imprison?
I don't want to defend the
Right,
the
but
creep,
at the same
but I mean,
time...
like, also, I mean, what does he do for a living? Does the guy work at McDonald's or something? Like, nobody, he doesn't have $100,000. So I mean, like, if I say, yeah, let me buy that, $1 million, like, it's not really attempting to buy anything. He doesn't have the money. You know what I mean? I don't know.
As part of his probation, Kolb was forbidden to have contact with minors other than family members or go into large stores without supervision. His most recent attempt clearly violates those terms, and he is now being held without bond. His intent is to buy children, Benning said. That's not okay.
He doesn't have any money. What is this guy jet setting around?
Fucking no idea. He needs to be locked up and not allowed to be around our children. Benning reported that her daughter is all right after the incident with Kolb, though she was shaken up by the strange, uncomfortable encounter. The young girl told her mother that she doesn't want to go grocery shopping with her anymore. Police are asking anyone who has had a similar experience with Kolb to contact them.
Dude, if he had $100,000, bro, you could easily get a kid from another country.
Oh yeah,
super cheap, bro. I mean,
even Craigslist,
dude. Even with airfare, like, he doesn't really have the money, dude. Is it really a crime? It's so weird. Is that a crime? Like, his intent is to buy children. Well, then, I mean, he should better get a job. He doesn't have any money. Like,
yeah.
Obviously, like, I didn't see anybody, like...
Maybe he does have that money. Who fucking knows?
I think you would have seen, like, somewhere in the report, there would have been like, yeah, and he busted out a suitcase full of money or something. Like, what do you mean?
Well, I mean, she didn't take the transaction, so...
Yeah, but I'm not saying I'd take the transaction, but I just see the money. Let me see the money. I mean, I'm not calling anybody.
Show me the money.
Unless I see the money, I'm not calling the police. What do you mean? Like, if you give your kid away for $100,000 and there's no $100,000, I think you're the asshole. Like, you didn't see the money first? It's crazy. What was the last car you sold and you were like, yeah, no, get me back whenever you... No, they pay you before they drive away. You know what I'm saying? Does he have the cash or not? Because if he doesn't have the cash, I don't know if he's trying to buy anything. I think he's just talking shit. And I don't know if we're talking First Amendment. I don't know. Maybe we're talking. You're allowed to say, "Hey, $1 million for the kid." That's funny. You know, whatever. Especially if you're a creepy old guy. I would laugh. I'd be like, "You fucking around? Come on, man. What? Get the fuck out of here!" Like, I wouldn't call the police. What do you mean? He's 81.
Yeah, right.
What kid can't beat up an 81-year-old, dude? I've been able to knock out an 81-year-old since I was like 3, dude. Come on. 8 years old, dude? I'll knock that motherfucker down. Come on.
All right. Speaking of talking shit, we are done talking shit
First
for this
Amendment!
week. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. And we'll see you next week. New podcast starting every Tuesday at 8 a.m. or hear previous episodes anytime.
Come on back every week, C-Sweet Poppy. I got what you need.
You can email us at who'stalkingshh@gmail.com. That's 3 H's.
That's it. Email me. I want to read your shit.
You can leave a voice message on Anchor and possibly be included in an upcoming episode. Tell us how much you like it or if you think it sucks.
Leave me a name and number after the beep.
Go to our Facebook page link on Anchor.
You know you like me.
You can also hear us on Spotify, Google Podcasts, and many more.
You know me. I'm on all the platties, dawg.